Oh, hey, it's me again for the third time in 2 days. Well, that's what you get. You didn't get me for a little while, and then I come back and you get. That's how it goes. It's a feast or famine type of situation. Last couple of days, I gave you the conference final previews. One of the videos was about this series, the Rangers and the Panthers, and then last night I uploaded the Western Conference final preview. So definitely go check those out. Give those videos a couple of watches, a couple of clicks, a couple of likes, and all that good stuff. Very much appreciated, the same way I appreciate you guys subscribing to my YouTube channel, only if you like it. Not if you don't like it, because then that would kind of be ridiculous. But yeah, give it a couple clicks, even on that account. That other account you have, I know you have that account, that second Gmail that you created, so when you sign up for the Domino's promotions, you don't want it going to your real email. So get the Domino's email out, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then we can get on to some of the sniffs here for Game 1 between the Panthers and the Rangers. I will let you know, at least in some good news. I mean, you probably saw the YouTube short the other day. Game 6, Game 7 with the Oilers. I was on Edmonton in the under 7.5, so at least I got the ball rolling in the right direction before this round started. There was another clenched ass cheeks in that Colorado series. Once you clench, it's hard to go back. It's hard to say the word over when you repeatedly see it. So it was a Game 7 under with the Vancouver-Edmonton series, and then 1-1 in overtime in the Colorado series. Just a couple more clenched ass cheek closeout situations outside of that singular Game 6 with Carolina, which had a wild finish. You can almost always rely on those. Even if you never watch my videos again, you're always going to remember Game 7, we're finding ways to go under. But this isn't Game 7, this is Game 1. And as I teased yesterday, these are usually the types of games where you have more penalties called, because the refs aren't scared that they're going to ruin the whole series by calling penalties in Game 1. If you look at the last round, both of these did plenty of power plays called earlier in the series. However, as I mentioned yesterday, Florida managed to stay disciplined. Is that going to be the case once again? I don't know, because if they go into Madison Square Garden and say, we're going to show them we're going to bully these guys. I mean, I feel like they're already on referee thin ice after that Bennett video came out. And I was like, we missed that. He should have kind of been suspended for a game, but we didn't get that angle until we already ruled that he's not suspended. So you never know if they're going to be looking for things retroactively. But early in this series, I don't know if this is a chalk thought, but I really do think it benefits the Rangers, just like early in the last series. They netted 2 power play goals in Game 1. They netted some in Game 2. Let me just start you with some meat and potatoes. A regular guy, semi-regular. It's not on the front page with all the Dan picks. But I like the over 2.5 goals for the New York Rangers. In a home game, they're set up well. They played very well in both of the previous Game 1s. Even going back to last year, they killed the Devils in Game 1. They killed the Lightning in Game 1. I like these Rangers Game 1s at home at Madison Square Garden. The one thing that's just in the back of my mind a little bit, 5 out of the last 6 periods, they've played pretty awful, including all 3 at Madison Square Garden. They had a great third against Carolina. I imagine there's been a long time to reset between series, and we should be getting the Game 1 Rangers that we saw last round. I guess the bigger question mark to me is how Florida's going to look. But I think the Rangers should be able to go over 2.5 goals, and a way that you can get a better price on that, although it's a slightly different bet because you can't win it with an empty netter. The over 2.5 goals, you can score 2, and then if it's 2-1, you get an empty netter, you clear it that way. I like the over 2.5 goals against Sergei Bobrovsky. You guys know I don't fully trust him. I trust him. I don't fully trust him, and there is a difference, and I think the Rangers will be able to get a few by him. I don't like saying the word over. Why don't you just give us the over 5? Because I have a hard time. Once you clench, it's hard to go back. It's hard to say over. It's like I have something fighting against me. I'm trying to say over like Jim Carrey and Liar. Like the pen is. The pen is. The pen is royal blue. That's what it's like when I have to say over 4.5 because I can't say 5.5. But if there was a game to go over, this one should be up there. Probably games 1, 2, and 3. is where I will green light you do it. I can't do it. I can't take an over 5.5. But I won't argue with you if you want to. Instead, I'm going to go with the over 2.5 goals for the New York Rangers and also the parallel over 2.5 goals allowed by Sergei Bobrovsky. Now, what else? What the hell else do you like in this series, Andy? Well, I'm just scared of Shesterkin in a game one. I really am. So some of those point props on Florida's side, I'm mostly staying away from on the over side. You guys know about trickle-down snakeonomics. We've been talking about it all year. Well, we have a Florida Panther who's been a second-line Florida Panther, and he's been demoted to the third line, and this is not like a new thing. They're going to try it for the first game. This is how the previous series ended, and that's Sam Bennett. He was centering Tkachuk and Verhaeghe, but Lundell did so well with the both of them in the first round, and Lundell played so well in the last round, they put him in that second-line center position. So we're getting those second-line prices on Sam Bennett. So I'm going to take the under 0.5 point because they're listing his price as if he's still on that Tkachuk-Verhaeghe line. So I'm going to take that advantage. Although, while that third line, I think, is going to produce more over the course of the series than the Rangers' third line, although we'll see what Hedl has to say about that. In this game, I'm going to go with the under 0.5 point for Sam Bennett. And I also don't mind his under 2.5 shots in a different kind of assortment of bets. And something that I have been doing, if you have access to ESPN Bet or I think in Canada, the Score Bet, they're the only sites that let you kind of include power play point unders. Like most sites make you just take, you can take the power play point and that's it from that game. But you can actually include power play points in same game parlays. And I brought up Jake Gensel last round. Second unit power play points for guys on Florida when the Rangers PK has been fantastic and Florida's top power play gets like 90 seconds of time. Anytime you want to add in that Bennett under 0.5 power play point or the Tarasenko under 0.5 power play point to juice something, I think that's always a smart play. And I know you're saying, it's minus 750. As I said in that last round, it's because they don't get ice. Like the price should be minus 1,400. They get 20 seconds of ice time and they're going up against great penalty kill units. So anytime you want to add Tarasenko, Bennett, or they listed Lafreniere once again, who gets 10 seconds of power play time, you can use those to juice other things that you like. So that's just something that I wanted to mention. So I'm fading Sam Bennett. So what can I add with Sam Bennett? I don't know. I'm just going to peer up and down this lineup. And okay, they listed Jacob Trouba points. They typically don't do that. He hasn't been listed for the majority of the playoffs unless you want him to go under 0.5 goal or something. But I'll add him to the Sam Bennett under 0.5 point, and that will bring you to like plus 110. But if you want something juicy, I'll go back to that Rangers power play. Give me the Adam Fox over 0.5 power play point. And I get it. Oh, but he's injured. But you don't have to be amazing to just send it to your left to Zibanejad on the power play or send it to your right to Panarin on the power play to get yourself like a plus 280 power play point. So if you take him for a power play point, and also on ESPN, you can take the under 0.5 power play point for Tarasenko, let's say, to juice that up even more. But I want the Panarin assist with the Fox power play point. That brings you to like 450. You add in a Tarasenko, that's like plus 575. Just some outside the box sniffs that I'm going to give you, because in a game one, I'd like to kind of see how it plays out a little bit. How are these teams going to match up? Is Florida going to remain disciplined? Something tells me no. Something tells me the Panthers have 4 minor penalties in them tonight. And if they do, there has to be a minimum of 1 power play goal going in. So while I never give power play points, go watch all my videos this year. I think maybe the best value lies in some of those Rangers power play points and also the under on 0.5 power play point for those secondary Panthers players. So yeah, I'm fading that third line of the Florida Panthers in this game and then taking a swing on that Rangers power play unit connecting for a goal. That's what I have for you in this game one. It's obviously a very difficult game. Good news, tomorrow's game, I have a way better feeling because of how the previous series went. But these are two teams in this game that have earned everyone's respect, including mine. I have no clue who's going to win this series. I lean Rangers game one. I have no clue what's going to happen the rest of the way because you can doubt Florida at your own peril. You know who I think the best player in this series is, and that's Alex Barkov, if you remove Shesterkin. If you include goalies, I do think Shesterkin in this series is the most important player. In a 5-year stretch, you know my theory on goalies, it's up, down, all around. I would take Barkov. Anyway, that's what I have for you here on, what is today, Wednesday? Good luck to you. Better luck to me. I already brought this up, and make sure you do me a favor with your Domino's account or whatever account. Subscribe to my YouTube channel here. I had to do those conference finals video yesterday. That's why this one came to you a little bit later. Tomorrow should be back earlier at a normal time. Cut me some slack here. Anyway, if you want, as always, you can join the Patreon, become a minority owner of this show. That's where we have chat threads talking about what we like for the night. That's where I'll post any additional information. We'll find out last second if Rupe Hintz is playing. We'll find out the line combinations and the line rushes right before the game. Anytime there's any sort of surprises, you can kind of adjust your parlays. Like if you find out Lundell's back to the third line and Bennett's on the second line before game 3 or something, that's where I'll try to communicate that last minute. And you should be checking that by yourselves, by the way. 20 minutes before puck drop, they take pregame line rushes, and you can see the latest updates when it comes to that. But like I said, patreon.com/Andy Francis. Hopefully I see you there. If not, no worries. I'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy. Good luck.